Wow, that was another amazing session. Welcome back to the Voices of Women Summit in honor of International Women's Day 2024. Your host for this session is Lori Lyons, the client attraction expert. Lori is the owner of a website design agency, Igniting Your Business, and she is also the host of the Encore Entrepreneur podcast. She has another amazing guest coming right up. Take it away, Lori.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. It has been an amazing day, some amazing speakers, and you are in the right place because we've got another amazing one right here. I want to welcome Terri Jones, who is going to be talking today about turning our problems into purpose. And it's the 7-layer recipe. I love the title. I know we've got lots of stuff good stuff to hear. So Terri, welcome. But before you get started, tell us about you and why this is so passionate for you.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad that you all are here on International Women's Day. That's why I have my background. It's just a fun time that we're going to been having throughout this whole day so far, all the way up to tonight, right? So what a great time. And so, yes, I am Terri B. Jones. I am originally from New Orleans, but I'm here in sunny Jacksonville, Florida. Now, we all know, if you know anything about New Orleans, there are 3 things that we're into. We're into food, fun, and fellowship, okay? And so that's why my talk has to deal with this recipe that I came up with so that problem, you will be able to know how it has positioned you for purpose, okay? And so let's talk about how this even came about. Like you said, I'm from New Orleans. I went to school and I was a straight A student, right? And so I go to class as usual, turn in my homework, and my teacher says, I'm in middle school, you can no longer turn in your homework handwritten. That problem. Can somebody type that problem in the chat? That problem, okay, is actually what catapult me and position me to do what I am purposed to do. And I have actually, as a teenager, because of that problem, I ended up having 6 streams of income as a teenager. My very first job was a secretary in the office. In the summertime, you have most of the kids there at the summer camps, they're, doing these other types of jobs. I'm in the air, and I'm typing because of that problem. Okay, somebody comment below, what is that problem that you're having right now? Maybe you're having a problem. Maybe your children having a problem. Maybe there's some problem on your job you're trying to figure out. It could be some problem with your finances. Comment in the chat that problem. And that problem is the thing that will actually position you to do what you're purposed to do. Do we have any problems that anybody listed? Any problem? Come on, give me that problem. What? Finances? Definitely. Finances is a problem. And I am actually in the technology and finance space. And I've been in that space because of the creativity, and math was always my favorite subject. Clutter in the house. I'm telling you there. And so what happens when we have a problem? What do we normally do? We go to a friend or whoever and tell them, oh girl, this is a problem I'm having. And what do? We want to talk back to you with our problem instead of coming up with a solution. But like I said, I am a math person, and I'm going to give you this here. I know you all probably thought, when you was in math, it's like, oh my God, am I going to ever use any of this stuff, right? Well, guess what? 2 negatives, my problem, your problem, makes what? A positive. And so at the end of our conversation of us talking about our problems as girls, right, we should be able to come up with a solution. And the way that we come up with that is with my secret recipe, okay? And my secret ingredient in this recipe. Now, you know, when you go online and you look for a recipe, that recipe that, you know, you had this dish and you're just like, you know, I want to recreate this thing, right? And then you make it, it's like, it just don't taste the same. They left something out, right? Well, guess what? I am not going to leave anything out. I am going to give you this 7-layer recipe, baby. And when you put it to use, okay, you are going to be able to stir up something for to be the solution for that problem that you're having. And that one ingredient, that secret ingredient, is basically using your creativity. That's all it is, using your God-given creativity. And what you do is you mix the problem that you're having with brain power, right? Because of what? That's where our thinking comes from. That's where we troubleshoot, you know, that's where we use analytics, you know, those are types of things that we bring to the table to brainstorm, you know, this situation that we put in. We didn't realize, you know, we were going to have this problem, but now that we have it, now we need to do something about it, right? We don't just sit around and just say, woe is me, okay? And so all creativity is just taking something that already exists and just putting your tweak on it, your uniqueness, because we all are uniquely made. And we know that because there's hamburgers everywhere, right? Name some hamburger joints. Put it in the chat. What's a hamburger joint? You got what? Burger King? You got McDonald's? Who else? Who do we have? Wendy's?
McDonald's?
Yeah. Five Guys? Right? All of those are hamburgers, right? But guess what? They all have what that 2 meat, special sauce, lettuce, pickles, onion on a sesame seed bun. Who is that? Whose recipe is that? Comment below. Whose recipe is that? McDonald's, right?
Yep.
And so that's what we're doing. We're putting our twist on that problem that we're having. And so what I want you to do right now is do a think tank, okay? We're going to show just how simple it is to do creativity. So what I have here is some leftover bread. It's not day over bread. It's several days bread, several days old. You know how people say, oh, that's a day old bread. No, no, no. This is several days. Now, I want you to use your brain power, your creativity, and comment in the chat, what is it that you can come up with this bread? What can you use this several days late, almost bad bread? What could you make? What could you make? Comment. Anybody got anything that come to your mind?
We've got a bread and butter pudding.
Yes. Yes. That sounds good right there.
Yeah, I'm adding croutons.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I love croutons. I actually saw French toast. Yes, definitely. Because there's certain recipes that bread need to be a certain texture, right? And put it in, and put your brown. Hey, all right now, Denise. All right now, you're getting me hungry now. You're getting me hungry. And so
here's another one.
Here's
another stuffing or dressing.
Oh, yes, yes. I put it in my stuffing definitely for Thanksgiving. Definitely. And so that's all it is. It's just taking something that is in existence and just putting your twist on it, right? And everybody's stuffing is different, right? And so, that's what we do. And so now what you do from there, okay, now that you got this idea, okay, let's talk about how to move into this recipe, these ingredients, okay? And the first ingredient, go ahead and get your pen and paper, And so, of course, you know, I make bread pudding with my leftover bread. I love bread pudding. I'm from New Orleans, right? We are the place where bread pudding is made, all different kinds of toppings and you name it. And so, the first ingredient is the power of a pen and paper. You need to have a pen and paper on your nightstand, on your tabletop, your desk, your office, wherever, in your purse. And of course, let me bring it up to 21st century. Okay, I know a lot of people not into, writing with pen and paper. Okay, and so that's how some of these teachers don't know that these children have ugly handwriting like I had, because you don't have to really write anymore, right? And but because we have our technology, so you can just speak into your phone some creative idea that you came up with, okay? Because I have a problem with purses. I tell you, that's my thing. I can't ever find the right purse, okay, that have the compartments, that I want. And so the first thing is pen and paper so that you can jot down your thoughts. Denise said, me too. I know, right? It's like, just please, somebody come up with the perfect purse for me, okay? And so the first ingredient is the pen and paper. Write down your thoughts, your inspirations. The problem that you had is like, you basically want to be able to get a solution for it. That's why you want that pen and paper, and you'd be surprised with the ideas you come up with. This second ingredient, somebody put a number two in the chat. Number two is to ask questions, okay? An example of that is, okay, I got my bread. I make bread pudding, but the problem that people have when it comes to making bread pudding is that with my family, I'll put it with my family, everybody wants the corner. They want the corner. The reason why they want the corner is because that's where the crispy part, how the crispy part, and then the rest of it, it has a different texture. But for some reason, you want the crust. Who wants the crust of the bread pudding, right? Come on, put that in there. Crust. Who likes the crust? So not only am I going to use my creativity to make this bread pudding, right? But I'm going to make bread pudding cupcakes. Bam! Can somebody say bam in the comments? I'm making them as cupcakes because now everybody gets the crust, right? Because that cupcake is individual. You got the crust and you got the rest of it, and it's a beautiful world for everybody, right? And so that's what you want to do. You want to ask questions. How can I make bread pudding, so that everybody, get to eat the crispy part of it. That's what I like, that crispy, crunchy part on the end, right? Okay, ingredient number three, put a number three in the chat. Number three, come on, number three is to read books, okay? You want to read books on the subject, that you have, right? And so there, of course, we're in the new technology space, right? So you got your ebooks, you got your audio books, you got your podcasts, all right? I'm going to bring y'all up. I don't know, I'm a baby boomer, right? But I know the old and the new, right? I'm on top of AI. I'm on top of Alexa, all these different concepts. I am on it because I'm a techie, okay? And so I've been in that technology space for 37 years in corporate America, right? And so, I'm on top of everything that's coming out. So you want to read books so that it can spark your creativity, right? You have this idea, but then it's just a little bit, it's like you haven't quite mastered the thing that you're trying to produce, okay? And so that's how you look at, you look online. So there's Amazon. You see some of the complaints that people are saying, right? And some of the things that they complain is like, oh, just like me with the purse. It's like, I don't have the right, compartments that I need. So you begin, to read books, read comments, and those types of things, so that when you make that product, which is the solution to the problem that someone has, and you definitely want to have all of the things that you have taken, leave no stones unturned. Okay. Number four, come on, number four, put a 4 in there, okay, is to try something new. So now that you had your problem, okay, we had our little problem, right? We got to get past that, right? We don't camp out with the problem. We use our brain power and we mix that up, with the problem, and we done made our product, and we done tested it out. We got people tasting that bread pudding with the crispiness crust, right? Now, the fourth ingredient is to try something new. You need to either enroll in a course, you need to maybe get a coach, you need to learn some marketing. You need to do something so that you can get this product in the hands of those who need it, who desire and want it, right? And so that's number 4. And so some of the things that you can do, like I said, you could go to YouTube University. That's what we call it, right? YouTube University. I'm telling you, you can learn social media, how to email market. You can learn about creating QR codes. You can learn about, creating a landing page. You can learn Canva. Canva is free, all these different concepts so that now you're taking pictures, of your product, your bread pudding, and you're putting it out there, whatever your thing is that you came up with, for your problem. And so now you're getting it in front of the people who really need what you have. Okay. Number 5, somebody put a 5 in the chat, right? And a special topping. That's right. So when you make bread pudding, now I like coconut. A lot of people are not into coconut, but I like to make this sauce that goes on top of mine. I'm not going to talk about it because I'm getting hungry. Okay. So let's move on to number 5. Okay. Somebody said number 5. Can I get a 5? Number 5 is to map out your concept. You've gone to YouTube University, you've gotten your coach, and of course, if you get a coach, they'll help you to come up with your, different things that you should be doing every day. And as an individual, whether you are an entrepreneur or not, you should have a to-do list every day with a minimum of 3 things to do, right? The first thing, when you start your day, I start my day, in prayer, spending time, in prayer, making sure that, I'm hearing from God and that I'm lining my life up accordingly, to what I think that I'm purposed to do. So that I can make a difference in somebody's life. Okay. And so, you have your things. Who has 3 things at a minimum that they do every day? Comment 3. If there are at least 3 things that you're going to do, you're going to eat, of course, you're going to take a bath. Some people may skip some days.
Meditate.
Yeah.
Meditate.
Yes, definitely. And that is so good. Meditation is so good, right? Prayer.
Kelly
that's right.
does prayer, reading, and post videos on social. Yes.
That's right. I'm telling you, you have to get those things. And when it comes to, that product that you have created or that service, you map that concept out as well as to who you're going to market your product or service to, right? And so you get those things lined up and you make them happen, right? You don't want stuff to just be in your head and not in your hands. You want to make it happen. Number 6, ingredient number 6, which is to imagine experts. Okay. You have these imaginary experts, maybe those the person that created Napoleon Hill. Just imagine, all that Napoleon Hill has done. Just imagine him, being able to have a conversation with him about, this creativity that you have and what you're trying to do, and him giving you, that information to help, catapult you to take you to the next level. Because there's some people, that, you meet them and they could take you, this far, but then there's some people that you can be past the finish line, right? Okay. And so do that. Number seven, the last one, the last ingredient, okay, which is the main ingredient with your product or service. Basically, keep in mind that you are to demonstrate the love of God and others in all that you do. Because you're passionate about, just say if somebody had a heart attack, okay, and then there's some type of diet or eating or whatever that thing is, that you say, what, this here would help, a person that's dealing with that, or somebody else who may be dealing with depression, somebody else dealing with anxiety, whatever your product or service is, hopefully those things you're keeping people in mind that it will be a blessing to. And as you think about other people, you're blessing yourself, because when they invest in you, that gives you, a good feeling about, what, I'm actually doing what I was purposed to do. How cool is that? So those are the 7 ingredients. And I appreciate you all for listening to my 7 ingredients. I now went fast with them, but how was it? Did you eat? Are you full? Are you full?
Hey, and if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We have just a couple of a few minutes, but we do want to talk. It's we got a minute, so we'll answer any questions. But go ahead and tell us, since this is all the 7, go ahead and tell us about your gift that you have for everybody, because they're probably frantically trying to write these down.
Yes. And so really what I'll be giving to you is the 7-layer ingredient checklist for you to tap into your creativity. And then I also have in that same checklist 7 passive income ideas. So you have your product or service, but guess what? There's a way to get those things out. And some of those are free concepts, some of them are low entry. And then basically you could use, if say, I'm just like, you know what? I haven't created a product. I don't have a service. Guess what? You can actually use others' services and promote those. Or you could do a combo. You could do a combo,
Okay.
promote your stuff. Mm-hmm.
And Terri, while you're describing, if you guys will do me a favor, and if some of you will click on the link, because it's technology, we want to make sure it works, and we want to make sure you get it. So if you guys will click on it and then write "got it," great checklist, whatever, in the chat. Okay, Terri, finish telling us. I just wanted to make sure everybody, because I forgot last time.
Yeah, and the last thing on this checklist is 7 no procrastination quotes.
Oh,
So
good.
yes, if you get to where, you know what, this thing is not working out, maybe I shouldn't be an entrepreneur, you start getting all this negativity, you got to bring the positive, okay? You have to every day, tell yourself something positive so that you can encourage yourself. Have a buddy, a person that you can call, and then they'll be able to just, be able to feed into you some positivity so you can do those things. So that's the freebie.
That sounds awesome. Now,
Yeah.
if you're sitting in the audience and you are not a VIP, you need to get VIP, because not only are you going to get all of the recordings of all the amazing women in the Voices of Summit, but Terri has a VIP gift called Email Marketing 101 video course. So tell us just a snippet about that, and then I'm going to ask you to lead us out here.
Yeah, so with email marketing, it is a way for you to build, know, like, and trust with those who have either purchased your products or service, or you're wanting them to become your client so that you can end up with some passive income. So like I said, you can promote your product using email marketing, or you can promote email marketing itself, because there's actually affiliate programs where you can promote that to businesses that are entrepreneurs that already have, a service. So that's a really good thing to do.
Yeah. Lots of
And the value of that course is $97 too.
There you go. And it's only $79 to upgrade to VIP. Silver has put the link in the chat. So if you haven't, make sure to do it. And if you're on, we're going to be taking a break over the next track, but our guest coming back in 30 minutes is going to be Dina Lynn Rosenbush, and she's going to be talking about traveling with kids. 3 amazing tips for a happy trip. And I'm sure that could be like traveling with husbands too, if you needed to do that. Just saying. Yes. but Terri, thank you. I want you to leave us with one quick word of wisdom. Wrap it all up for us.
Okay. Well, as I said, using this recipe, I was able to tap into my creativity and create. I have published several books, courses, curriculums, even a Bible trivia board game. The last 2 years, I've done that. And so what I want to leave you all with is what I leave everywhere is give someone a hug, show someone a smile, and let someone know that Jesus loved them and you do too, because we all want to be loved.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Terri. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the summit, and we will see you next time. This is Lori Lyons. Cheers.
Okay, let me save the chat.
Wow, that was another amazing session. We hope you enjoyed it as well. If you haven't already upgraded to VIP, Now is the time. Grab all the recordings of all of the talks and VIP gifts worth thousands of dollars. For any questions or concerns, please email our support line at support@voicesofwomensummit.com. We will be back in a few moments with our next amazing speaker.